displaying the glory of God's creation by exploring America one park at a time. Welcome to Parking Full Time with Big Dave, the park's professor. 10th hole. The par and distance are at the top of the screen. This hole is short, but it's super tight, probably the tightest hole on this course. And in some sense, it's a classic tunnel hole. You have to keep your disc low and keep your disc straight or suffer the consequences. There are dense woods off to the right, so there will be consequences. There's the basket, and there's the view back to the tee from behind the basket. Now we go to, in some sense, the longest hole on this course. The 11th hole starts out very open, but we're heading into the woods that you see up ahead. And the fall colors were absolutely beautiful when I came here. Most holes on this course have 2 tees and multiple basket positions, and that accounts for the range of distances I'm giving you at the top of the screen. The front basket position, the short basket position, is right in this area, and honestly I think that's a terrible basket position. In this video clip, the basket was in the C position, which is the longest position, and therefore we're going to go well into the woods here. So you need some good distance off of your tee shot, and then you're going to need a low and accurate throw to approach the basket. This is a really good hole because of the combination of power and accuracy it demands, and honestly, it's probably my favorite hole on this course. I will say though that if I came to play here and the basket was in the A position, I would be very disappointed. There's just no reason to put the basket there other than maybe as a beginner's option. There's the view back to the tee. The next 3 holes are all tight holes through the dense woods. This hole is a gradual dogleg right, and even though it's short for a par 4, due to the tightness, 4 is a reasonable par for this hole. Honestly, on some of these densely wooded holes, I think the holes would be better if some of these small trees were removed. In general, I'm not in favor of cutting down trees, but doing that here would open up some more lines of play and better define the fairways. As it is, you just kind of throw your disc and hope you get a good ricochet off of a tree. I captured this video on Monday, October the 28th, and it was a beautiful afternoon with temperatures in the mid-60s when I came here. Fall foliage was basically at its peak, and it was just a beautiful day to be out here. We're finally approaching the basket now. This is a really challenging hole with its tightness. And there's the view back to the tee from behind the basket. The 13th hole turns around and plays the opposite direction, which is back to the south. It's a very short hole, especially with the basket in the short position, which it is on this clip, but you can see there are trees everywhere, so it's going to take a very accurate and maybe very lucky throw in order to get close to the basket and set up a good birdie opportunity. There's the view back to the tee from behind the basket. The 14th hole is the last of the heavily wooded holes. It is a dogleg right, and the fairway's a little bit wider than the previous 2 holes, but there are still plenty of trees in play around, especially once we get up here close to the basket. It's going to take a skillful throw to bend it just the right amount to get around that dogleg and between all of these trees. I do want to thank you for watching this video. Parking Full Time would not be anything without the people who watch. I realize that every day, and I thank you every day. There's the view back to the tee. Now we break out of the woods and back into the open where we're going to stay for pretty much the rest of this course. The 15th hole is a longer hole, and it has some dense underbrush right in front of the tee that really crowds the line of play and really needs to be trimmed back. That underbrush really limits the type of throw that you can do off of this tee. Once you get past that, this hole really opens up, and this hole much more resembles the holes that we saw on the front 9 than most of the holes that we've seen on the back 9 so far. You can see once we get to here, there are no other obstacles directly between the tee and the basket. And in some sense, this becomes very much a prairie-style hole. There's this long grass on either side of the fairway. The 16th tee, by the way, is back near the short 15th tee. There are a couple of route quirks on this course, and that's one of them. Overall, I didn't really have much trouble finding my way around this course without the use of a map, though. The 16th hole is a sweeping dogleg left. We just passed the forward tee. All of these video clips have started at the back tee. There's dense woods on the inside of the dogleg, but there's plenty of room out to the right for you to work your disc around the dogleg. You can't see the basket from the tee, but you're going to first see the basket when we turn the last corner of the dogleg here. The basket is into the trees, but the gaps between the trees in front of the basket are wider than on the 7th hole, which has a similar flavor to this hole. This hole is a test, but it's a fun and a fair test. There's the view from behind the basket back towards the tee. This course closes with 2 long and fairly open holes. The 17th hole is a slight dogleg left, and the tree line off to the left forms an old farm field boundary. This entire course is laid out over old farm fields. There's plenty of room out to the right, but due to this hole's length, if you want a chance at a birdie, most players are going to have to challenge the trees off to the left. And of course, if you throw it into those trees over to the left, that's going to be a short recovery throw, and therefore it's going to make birdie or maybe even par quite difficult here. Overall, I do like this course. The terrain is very flat. There is no significant elevation anywhere on this course. Also, I'm not sure that there are any truly memorable holes here other than maybe the 11th hole. That said, there are a lot of very good holes here. I definitely did enjoy my round here, and you'll probably enjoy a nice round here if you come here as well. The 18th hole is another long and fairly open hole. The basket in this video clip is in a short position, which is just beyond this row of trees you see up ahead. The long position is well longer, another 100 feet beyond that. Also, as a reminder, I do not make any monetary compensation for anything I do for this project, and therefore the only thing I get for putting together these videos and writing these disc golf reviews are your likes, your subscribes, your views, and your comments, and I do really appreciate all of those things. There is the short basket position, and there's the view back to the tee. That is the end of the course. Have a great afternoon, take care, and Lord bless.